Is this you? I'm sure most of us have been in his shoes before. Remember when Fortnite wasn't about sweating every single match? Back in the good old days, you could drop into a game after school with your friends, no pressure, no stress, just pure fun. The excitement of exploring the map, discovering new spots, and figuring out what the game was all about. Fortnite was fresh, simple, and packed with random moments of joy. Every game felt different, and you could just enjoy it without worrying about mastering all the mechanics or facing off against players who seemed to train like pros. It was more about the fun, the maze, and most important, the moments that made you laugh with your friends. But those carefree days feel like a distant memory now. Fortnite today is completely different. Somewhere along the way, casual players were pushed aside, and the game was taken over by sweats. You know who I'm talking about. Those players who are building faster than you can react, pulling off insane edits, and basically turning every match into a tournament-level fight. They grind non-stop, perfecting every little mechanic, and it feels like unless you're doing the same, you just can't keep up. And if you are not willing to invest 6 hours daily grinding boring creative maps, there is no way you beat them. Gone are the days when you could hop into a match for some relaxed fun. Now it's all about who can build the fastest, who can aim the best, and who can edit like a pro. It almost feels like you don't belong in Fortnite anymore. The pressure to perform is real, and it's exhausting. Back in the OG days, Fortnite wasn't about all of that. Sure, building was a big part of the game, but it wasn't nearly as advanced as it is now. Most players didn't even know how to crank 90s until way later, and you could still win games with strategy and positioning. Now, if you don't have perfect mechanics, you might as well forget it. Every time you get into a fight, you're up against someone who builds an entire tower in seconds. And it feels like the casual side of Fortnite has been lost. It's almost like the game is no longer made for people who just want to have a good time. There was a time when Fortnite was all about casual gaming. You could drop into a match, find your favorite landing spot, and just enjoy the chaos. Maybe you'd get into a fight, maybe you'd explore the map, but it wasn't all about winning. Back then, the experience was what mattered. Whether you were building a massive sky base with your squad or just messing around with the newest weapons, it was all about having fun. Remember trying out the new shopping carts of golf buggies? But now, that casual aspect of Fortnite feels like it's dead. Everything is so focused on winning, grinding for better stats, or mastering building techniques that it seems like the game lost what made it special for so many of us. I get it, games evolve, and Fortnite has always been known for changing things up. But somewhere along the way, that shift turned the game into something hyper-competitive. It's no longer about chilling with your friends for a few rounds. If you're not giving it everything every single game, it feels like you're not playing Fortnite right. And that's a problem for a lot of us who started playing just to have fun. The casual player base, they've either adapted or stopped playing altogether. It's tough when the game that once offered an escape becomes another source of stress. What happened to just dropping in, looting a few chests, and seeing what kind of crazy situations you could get into? Fortnite was once about those unexpected moments of chaos and hilarity. But now, it's all about perfect execution and mechanical mastery. It's like if you aren't on top of every new update, every meta shift, every tactic, you're left behind. And for many of us, that's where the fun started to fade. But maybe it's not just Fortnite that's changed, maybe we've changed too. A lot of us who started playing Fortnite back in 2017 have grown up. Back then, we were kids or teenagers with plenty of free time to invest in getting good at the game. We could grind out levels, improve our skills, and keep up with all the updates. I bet Fortnite was the #1 topic at school, right? But now, life is different. We've got jobs, school, and responsibilities. The time we once spent watching TFU or Ninja is now spent doing other things. We've outgrown the days when we could play hours of Fortnite at a time, and that's okay. But it does make it harder to keep up. In a way, Fortnite grew up with us. As we've gotten older, the game's player base has become more competitive, more focused, and more skilled. It's no longer just a fun distraction. It's a test of skill and endurance. And while that's great for those who love the competition, it leaves the rest of us wondering where the old Fortnite went. The Fortnite that was about creating memories with friends. Not just grinding for wins, but just when we thought those days were gone forever, something happened. Epic Games brought back Chapter 1 in November 2023 shortly after introduced the Fortnite Reload. And for the first time in a long time, it feels like we've traveled back in time. Suddenly, those iconic locations are back: Tilted Towers, Pleasant Park, Retail Row. The nostalgia hits hard as you drop into the map and see those familiar places. The gameplay feels different too. It's not as intense, not as focused on building skyscrapers in seconds. It feels simpler, more like the game we all fell in love with back in the day. Just holding and hearing the old guns shoot might be enough to drive some tears into our eyes. And if you encounter a player that's much better than you, you're not instantly sent back to the lobby. Instead, you can just respawn and try your luck somewhere else on the map. For a lot of us, it's been a breath of fresh air. Fortnite Reload strips away some of the complexity that has taken over Fortnite and gives us something closer to the original experience. No more crazy metas, no more overwhelming skill gaps. It's just you, the map, and a simpler style of gameplay. And for a moment, it feels like 2018 again. You remember why you fell in love with Fortnite in the first place. And it's not just about winning. It's about the fun of the game, the exploration, the thrill of landing at a familiar spot and knowing that anything can happen. So here we are. Fortnite's changed, we've changed, but with the return of OG content, there's a glimmer of hope. Will Fortnite ever truly be the same as it was during the good old days? Probably not. The game has evolved in ways that can't be undone, and let's face it, we've evolved too. But that doesn't mean we can't still enjoy what the game offers now. It doesn't mean we can't still have those moments of fun and nostalgia. Fortnite might never fully go back to what it once was, but these little reminders, these OG seasons and reloaded moments, bring us closer to that feeling we once had. For a lot of players, this return of the old maps and modes is more than just a nostalgia trip. It's a chance to fall back in love with Fortnite. Even if the mechanics are different, even if the community has changed, these OG seasons remind us of the simple joy of the game. And maybe that's enough. Maybe we don't need the game to go back entirely to what it was, but just enough to remind us of why we loved it in the first place. Because at the end of the day, Fortnite has always been about creating memories. And with these new updates, it feels like we're creating new ones while remembering the old. And with the next OG season right around the corner, we're really excited for what's to come. So what do you think? Is Fortnite better now? Or do you miss the old days as much as I do? Have you enjoyed the return of the OG content? Or do you think Fortnite will never be the same again? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And hey, if you're feeling the nostalgia like I am, drop a like on this video and subscribe for more Fortnite content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Hold up. Before we close this out, I've got a special treat for you. If you've been craving those unforgettable moments from Fortnite's OG days, stay tuned, because I've got some classic gameplay from the Reload mode lined up. Get ready to relive the excitement, the unpredictability, and that familiar sense of nostalgia. This is the Fortnite we all fell in love with. And trust me, you don't want to miss it. Now, it's not the most flawless gameplay, and no, we didn't get the victory royale this time. But honestly, this match was the most fun Fortnite's been in ages. Enjoy!